Out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
So Kanye
So this is a video about Kanye West, right? And this the woman who's doing this video, I'm not really sure what her take is on it. It's almost like she's saying that it might be true, like that, or that it's probably true. I don't know. It's weird how she kind of frames it. We'll like get into it. But yeah, it's it's really odd the way that yeah that she covers this sort of thing. I don't know. It just seems strange in my mind. But here we'll get into it real quick here.
I just knew I wasn't the only one believing that some crazy weird things go down behind the scenes in Hollywood.
You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
What does that
Feels
mean?
like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
So Kanye West promised us a verbal fact.
Always like rapping, you know. It's even when he's just like doing his conspiracy theory philosophy thing, you know. He's still like, I can, you know, people will remember it better if I make it a catchy little jingle about, you know, the Illuminati killing people in order to control them or killing their family members or whatever. I know that's what he's talking about. Like, it's like I remember hearing this all the time back in the day, back when I was in the conspiracy world. It was always about, you know, everything is a ritual sacrifice. Everything is, you know, just all this stuff. And, you know, what it is, it's just confirmation bias. It's deciding that a particular narrative is true and then just saving up all of the information that that seems to align with that, and then just ignoring all of the information that doesn't. That's it. That's the whole thing.
When he posted on Twitter, I'm taking a 30-day cleanse, a verbal fast, no alcohol, no adult films, no intercourse. However, it wasn't long before he went on yet another one of his rants, exposing Hollywood sacrifices and how celebrities in Hollywood are controlled. He went on a rant.
It's crazy too that this just came out. She just released this like a matter of weeks ago, right in the middle of like the Kanye like defending you know, Nazis and Hitler specifically and everything. So it's really odd that she ignored all of that and then focused in on this. You know, it's like the stupid shit he's been saying for fucking God knows how long.
Explaining why he can't be controlled, and while at it, he dropped a couple of names of people who are actually being controlled.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They could control LeBron James.
And best believe
And
Shaq wasn't having none of that.
It's funny because like I remember that song. Isn't that Charles Barkley? Oh no, that's the other. Okay, never mind. I'm mixing up names.
And he straight up called Kanye a narcissist.
I think this is why things are going crazy for him. Because look how he acts. And I used to act like that, so I can call him that because that was once me. Mm-hmm. But I'm out of it because I'm humble now. I shake everybody's hand. Hello, sir. How you doing? You have to humble yourself. Can't be arrogant. When you're arrogant, you lose everything. Then when you lose everything, you want to blame it on people.
LeBron James also already made the decision to drop the episode of The Shop featuring Kanye, which was once on hold. Well, other people that Kanye also name dropped were Jay-Z and Beyonce. Obviously, this one about Jay-Z and Beyonce is not anything new. The idea has always been that the two of them are members of the Illuminati and are secretly ushering in a revolution, a new world order, by brainwashing the public through music videos and dance routines. And there has been a ton of...
How do you say that out loud without like immediately bursting into fucking laughter or being like, yeah, that's stupid. I know it's stupid. That
have supposedly given proof that they are a part of that society. For instance, there's how Jay-Z always flashes the triangle hand symbol that just screams Illuminati. Also, it doesn't help that Beyonce...
Or it screams money. You know, a thing that like is very popular amongst hip-hop content is money. We've got money. You know, that's literally on, you know, it's the, you know, even if it is it is the pyramid and the eye, right? But that's because it's on money. It's not because of the fucking Illuminati, dude. Like, how dumb, you know?
Used so much
Jesus.
religious iconography in her performances and videos. Even when their daughter Blue Ivy was born, there were a ton of conspiracy theories saying that she basically proved that Jay-Z and Beyonce are pure satanic. Like how Blue Ivy spelled backwards is Elub Uvi, and the letters
What?
apparently translate into Latin as Lucifer's daughter.
Hold on, fucking what? It's loosely translated to Lucifer's daughter in some fucking language. Like, unbelievable. Like the leaps these people make in order to just like keep saving up information that they think is you know, vindicating of their crazy narrative.
Daughter.
It's
There were
funny.
also claims that Blue is an acronym for Born Living Under Evil, while Ivy stands for Illuminati's very youngest. And get this,
Come on.
other than Kanye,
That's
former
stupid.
NFL player Larry Johnson, who was also a close pal to Jay-Z, also exposed the family. Larry actually claimed that although his life fell apart due to his irresponsibility, Jay-Z and Beyonce are devil worshippers and he is a Christ believer.
Well, it's obviously they've been controlled by Satanism. I mean, I'm not really scared to say that. We all know Luciferians, Freemasons, and all occult knowledge that was drugged up from Egypt have now.
What? Wait, drugged up from Egypt, Luciferian from Egypt. There's no connection between Luciferian. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. I mean, he could be talking about I don't know, like that ancient shit. Damn, what was his name? Crowley and stuff like that. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But that has no ties to, like, as far as I can tell, to Egypt. What? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into it more, but I don't. It's absurd, you know. And look at this. This is on the fucking Blaze. Of course it is. Jesus Christ.
Now surface itself in American society. Obviously, they're not serving the same Most High God that I am. And that's what makes us enemies, that I stand for a completely different doctrine, a completely different nation, and a completely different truth than he does.
Larry has not.
It's crazy too that, like, you see, like, when these Christian, and it's like when you see a Christian getting on there and being like, oh, because they're controlled by devils and everything, you know, they actually do think that shit, you know, but they're trying to, like, knock it into this extra, like, high level of, like, realism or something, and being like, look, all the symbols, like, they actually worship the devil and all this, you know, because most of the time that I've been told that you know, I'm being controlled by the devil and everything. You know, they love to say that. Christians love to say that shit, but this takes it into a whole new level of stupid. You know, it's like,
not been exactly Christ-like with his actions. But does that mean that people should not believe what he exposed about Beyonce and Jay-Z? Honestly, if I'm to start diving deep into the whole Beyonce and Jay-Z conspiracy theories, I'm gonna need a whole other video. So let's just get back to Kanye. Y'all
Okay,
know how
thanks.
people are
Great.
always talking about others sacrificing family members for fame and power? Guys, it's
no,
not a
who the
myth.
fuck?
My mom
What?
ain't here.
Who the fuck is talking about that? No, none of my friends are like, yeah, you know how they're all like sacrificing people, you know, so that Madonna can get famous. What the fuck are you? No. If somebody said that, I'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. No. Like, tragedies happen to people, man.
Mama was sacrificed.
Just for a little bit of background about Kanye's mom. Donda was a single mother after she left her husband when Kanye West was just 3 years old. And when Kanye's career in the music industry grew, she decided to retire and move to Los Angeles to be a full-time momager. Unfortunately,
Momager.
she passed a day after she underwent cosmetic surgery, and it was reported that she died from heart failure, which took place due to multiple post-operative factors. Well, according to Kanye, it was all a sacrifice. Note that Kanye just said his mom was sacrificed, but I'm pretty sure that me and 1,000 others have the same question, which is, who sacrificed the mom? Was it Kanye? Because a lot of people were also like, I had a thought. Kanye said that his mother was sacrificed, but for the sacrifice, something had to be benefited. Did he do it for fame? Who was the beneficiary? Illuminati says to sacrifice something, it's for something. For his part, back in 2015,
Look at them thinking, man. Wow, that's you know, when the Illuminati says to sacrifice something, they're giving you something too. It might be magical powers. I don't know. Maybe it's magical powers. or it's, to get famous. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just give you talent like at the crossroads. Jesus Christ.
Kanye was
Stupid.
asked what he had to sacrifice for his success by Q Magazine, and he responded, "My mom. If I had never moved to LA, she'd be alive. I don't want to go far into it because it will bring me to tears." How
Well,
you
okay.
choose to interpret
Okay. Yeah, because she's saying like how you choose to interpret it. Because look, she was getting cosmetic surgery, and she just said that, right? So technically, what he was saying is true. It's just not in the sense of like all this shit. Like he's saying that because I got famous, because I was able to give her money and stuff, and she was able to use that money to get cosmetic surgery because of the complications after that surgery, she died. If I hadn't have moved here, none of this would have happened. That's not saying that the Illuminati came down off of their fucking ivory tower or whatever and and murdered his mom in the surgery like room or whatever. Like that's not what happened. And it's crazy, but see how they just start a thread and they just start poking it through everything, until it looks like Charlie Day's little board there.
that is totally up to you. But best believe Kanye's mom isn't the only loved one who has been sacrificed in Hollywood.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son.
Yeah, it's
And when
almost
it
as if tragedy happens to just the people, man. Like regardless if they're like rich and famous, tragedy strikes everybody. Okay, because this is a chaotic world, and tragedy hits us all in some way or another. Like that's just the nature of reality. It's not this fucking shadow government that's trying to control people to do what? Like what did Michael Jordan's that like what did that what could he have possibly gained from that? Like when did it like all these things don't I don't know. I swear like if I just looked up like even just the timeline of these things, I bet you money it would not look as though he was sacrificed for his fame. He got famous because he could basically fly, man. He could fucking fly. Have you ever seen him do like Jesus? Like it's insane. But yeah.
comes to Kanye, not even people of the cloth are spared. Remember when Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke in Kanye's defense when he said, "Some of you that are persecuting him are the very ones that took away from him and from us the knowledge of self. You took our language, you took our culture, you took our history, you took our minds and inserted your mind into our minds through your systems. I will stand on the truth that I was taught and stand with God. As long as I stand with God, I will be the winner, and so will Ye, and so will Kyrie, and so will any of us who want truth in our lives." Well, Kanye
so
did not
confused.
receive that message well, and in his rant, he called out the minister, saying,
Just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone. Let's talk that out.
and I
He was
know that I would be
defending
doing
you.
y'all an injustice if
Weird, man. See, this is where you start to see he's not firing on all cylinders. Like he doesn't, to take that what that guy said and to twist it into some kind of slight, man. You got to not be mentally like working right. Like, jeez Louise. Yeah, he's just not there to sit there and like see somebody who's this unhinged and saying this much. I mean, he was just the other day hanging out with Nick Fuentes talking about how great Hitler is on Alex Jones's show. Are you really gonna play any clip of him and be like, wow, yeah, see, fucking Kanye, man, he knows what's going on. It's like, Jesus.
if I failed to mention Kim Kardashian, who, according to Kanye, sold her soul to Balenciaga and their ritualism. Balenciaga was recently under fire for their spring-summer 2023
Oh, I remember
collection
this.
that showed two kids posing with teddy bears wearing bondage gear. And let's not even begin with all the sick symbolism that was
It's so funny too that these idiots don't get this shit. Look, this isn't they think that it's just like, oh, they're trying to like sneak it in under everybody's radar, as if like they don't know that you're gonna immediately start like picking apart all of their fucking imagery and then start doing a whole campaign of, hey, Christians, we should all hate this group. We should all hate this company, giving the company way more media coverage than they ever would have gotten otherwise.
Present in the photos. I mean, just the name Balenciaga alone means ball is king. And if you go down the road of researching about ball and child
I
sacrifice,
highly doubt that.
I can promise you it's gonna be messy. Anyway, Kim, who was
Yeah, because you people are nuts, and you say that everything is a Baal sacrifice of some sort, and everything is a Baal ritual of some sort. Like, it's so unhinged and fucking crazy. There's no connection. Like, none of this stuff actually comports with reality in any way, shape, or form. They do stuff like that. Like, oh man, Balenciaga, if you replace a bunch of letters and flip it upside down and backwards, and then put it through a blender and then drink it and then shit it out, then it's it's the Hebrew word for fucking worship Baal because he's the true God. Or like, come on.
conspicuously silent about the shoot, posted later on Twitter, I have been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been shocked and outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns, but because I wanted an opportunity to speak to their team to understand for myself how this could have happened. As a mother of 4, I have been shaken by the disturbing images. Then she went on to thank Balenciaga for removing the ads, but what followers were really expecting was for her to drop the brand. Later on, she opened up more, saying,
"Oh, she gonna get canceled?"
It was like everyone was like, "Why aren't you speaking out? Why aren't you speaking out?" And I'm like, "Wait, I'm not in this campaign. I don't know what's happening. Let me take a minute to research this." And then as soon as I saw what
Gotta do your own research.
everyone was seeing on the internet and the reality of the situation, I completely spoke out and gave my thoughts on, completely denounced it.
Well, if you ask a lot of people, they will tell you that Kim is strongly tied to whatever cultism or ritualism going down at Balenciaga. Something possibly related to what Kanye has been spilling. So while there are
Possibly
people who
something,
maintain
maybe, kind of, sort of, maybe it might be connected, sort of. I mean, at least she's using that language. I mean, I appreciate that. I'd rather that than the fucking people that just get on here and start just saying, yup, that's totally it. That is what is happening, straight up. I could not possibly be wrong ever in my life. No, you're wrong. Your face is what's wrong.
that Kanye was just going on one of his crazy rants, like this person who said, stop giving this man an opportunity to talk. He literally just spoke on 5 different topics and none of them made sense. A lot of people also said
Yeah.
that he is actually making a lot of sense.
Oh,
One
yeah.
person wrote that we should all
Here's the
read
thing.
between the lines.
No. See, yeah, reading between making sense is actually a thing that means something, right? It's not just like, oh, well, it made sense to me. No, it either makes sense logically or it doesn't. Those are the options. People misuse that all the time and say, oh, it makes sense for me. No, it making sense means it's logically consistent. Nothing he ever says is logically fucking consistent. Okay. And when people say he's not making sense, that's what they fucking mean. Not saying, well, he surely he makes sense to the crazy morons. Yeah, that's okay. Well, yeah. So does batshit crazy shit make sense to those idiots. Like, who gives a fuck?
Saying, listen to him very closely. In between the lines, he is revealing something deep. Only that
Is
it
this a
appears
bot?
or looks.
I almost
deep.
wonder if that's
Other
a bot.
people also said
She's
that
like,
Kanye should.
I think she's reading bot tweets because there was no picture, and then it was just like a first name and like a dozen fucking letters or numbers afterwards. And she's like, yeah, this human person that they must know what's going on. They tweeted.
Probably be careful, because if he is spitting facts, the people he is exposing may go after him. Like this concerned fan note, Kanye gonna be off soon because he's saying too much that the controllers don't want him to say.
What
well,
the fuck?
Regardless of what anybody may want to comment on Kanye,
It's so funny that she's like doing this. She's like, well, there's a tweet saying that, the controllers are real. And so I better stick that in the middle of my video because that is, that's evidence right there. I mean, that is true, good evidence right there. Somebody tweeted.
He did also have this parting shot.
And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap. Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million.
And see what I mean? This is what I hate fucking about religion, like and just in general. It's so frustrating because like look at him, he's falling apart. He's falling to fucking pieces. Everybody's dropping him. Nobody wants to work with him. That 400 million's not gonna last. He's got too much shit that costs money to to maintain, and it's upward in the millions, the hundreds of millions. So this isn't gonna last anyway. But like the crazy thing is like God loves me because I've got $400 million. Really, man? What if like what? And the sad thing is that goes through like that is very common for like wealthy people. They think that they are chosen by God, and that is why they have the things that they have. It's gross, man. And it's just like, dude, you got lucky. You worked hard, but you got lucky. Okay. That's what happened. It's fucking obvious to everybody that's not you, it seems.
King, God loved me.
And if there's any truth to what he's been spilling,
There isn't.
time will surely tell. As always, I
It
value your
hasn't, though.
thoughts. So let me know.
How long have we been talking about the Illuminati with Beyonce and fucking Jay-Z? Has time told shit? Has time told anything? I've been like, it was over a decade ago that I was like into all this stuff. They were talking about Tupac, the Illuminati, Beyonce, and all this shit back then. Time has not told a goddamn thing. Okay, it's like this stuff never comes out. Okay, it's because it's not true. It's never real. It's just a bunch of shit that people think is true because they just, I don't know why, they just really want it to be people causing things. I mean, that was when I was went on Courtney Hurd's show, the Q Drop podcast. We were talking about at the end, and I was like, I don't know why people think this stuff. And I was like, maybe if they make it more crazy, that it feel like if you make it like more evil or something and make more evil people in charge, that makes you feel like you have more control just by a juxtaposition type of situation there. By like in the context of all this, I actually have more control kind of thing. Right. And she was like, no, she was like, I think that it's more just it's people like we understand evil people. Right. That makes sense to us better than just a chaotic world, where it's just, it's just out of control. There is no group in control. Right. And that is more scary to us than just a group of nefarious people in control, because at least some people are in control. And, and so I was like, that is a good point. I think, I think that does make a lot of sense. But, well, hey, thanks for watching. And, like and subscribe, all that stuff. And if you want to check out the podcast, I just released a new episode on the audio podcast, which is different, by the way. It's not just these videos and making them like into into an audio podcast. It's all different. That on the audio podcast, I do articles. On this, I do crazy YouTube videos. So it's a lot of fun. It's a pretty good one too. It's about chat. That new chat bot that can like write essays and everything, and like Christians are freaking out about it. It's a lot of fun, and not for like normal reasons. They're freaking out about it because because of the mark of the beast. Of course, it's obviously right. That's just what's going to happen. So take it easy, y'all.